Very good everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your favorite monkey sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will get us back to the Aerosoft CRJ-900. A city hop from Copenhagen to Oslo. It's about a 55-minute airtime flight, using real-world time and real-world weather, and say intentions.ai for our ATC. So let's hop on into it. Hey, Vintage Pilot, I see you here. Thank you for saying hi. Good morning to you. Hope you had good rest. And yeah, let's get into this. Right, so we're parked here at stand. Basically, actually, it's some maintenance stand I figured out later on the charts, but we are at the ramp 53 according to Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we got the Scandinavian Airlines livery, and like the sun is getting a little bit low in the sky there. So, but it's a 55-minute flight, so we probably will land during still land during daytime. Let's hop on in. But we cannot see the OFP for some reason. Grayed out. Let's just give it some to settle, I guess. As if it's not hard, as if it's not software. And maybe. Yeah, let's get the GPU there. Emergency lights armed. There's our OFP. Box fuel 3733. Cruising altitude 360. And dispatch gave us runway 22 right for our departure. So as usual, doing a cold and dark, which is always nice and peaceful if you ask me. get our ATIS information so we know what weather to expect. 122855. I have a button for the radio, let me just check. It might be different.
N1000. Temperature 23, dew point 13. QNH 1012. Transition level 70. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta. Copenhagen Kastrup Airport. Information Delta. 1550 Zulu. Arriving runway 22 left. Departing runway 22 right. Wind 290 at 11. Visibility 10 kilometers. Few at 3300. Few at 17,000. Temperature 23, dew point 13. QNH 1012. Transition level 70. Bird activity in vicinity of airport.
So hopefully we're going to get the VEDAR to Charlie out of runway, well it should be 22 right. Good morning, good evening, what is it time, good evening, Scandinavian 1462, type is CRJ-900, position ramp is 53, with information Delta requesting IFR clearance to Gardermoen.
Scandinavian 1462, clear to Oslo Gardermoen via the VEDAR 2 Charlie departure. Initial climb flight level 070, departure on 120.255, squawk 5461, expect runway 22 right.
That's right, VEDAR to Charlie departure, initial climb flight level 070, departure frequency 120.255, squawk 5461, and departing runway 22 right, Scandinavian 1462.
Scandinavian 1462, read back correct. Ground will be on 121.905.
121.905.
Visibility 10 kilometers.
That means we can set up everything. Yes. Oh, hey, no worries. Sorry for the slow response. Getting set up. You're getting set up? I'm sorry. Getting set up for a transatlantic crossing. Nice. I just read that. It's very funny. Yo, dude, man, I'm getting set up here, you know. Hey, don't worry, man. Just welcome aboard, dude. I hope you had some good rest and you're not streaming tonight, right? You were going to stream. Well, on the Saturday at 1200 Zulu. But no worries, man. Just you're very welcome to chill. And we all have our own lives going on and doing all kinds of shit. And that might be, I don't know, saving someone's life or just, you know, just reclining and just doing absolutely jack shit, you know. And it's all good, dude. It was very kind of you. Obviously, it's 5 p.m. Ah, okay. Let's have a look. So we have our IRS systems aligning. I think it's time to just set up the FMC. That long there.
Scandinavian 2657 request
Copenhagen.
Scandinavian 2657, pushback approved.
Let's try if we
Roger,
do
pushback
5-3.
approved. Scandinavian 2657.
That's not impressed. So let's just use these GPS coordinates instead. For the flight plan, so we should be able to just carry that over. And to FMS. It's also set the payload, but we'll have to look at that in a little bit. That seem to be completely correct always. Execute and departure arrival. So departing runway 22 right, and I got the VEDAR 2 Charlie. There it is. Execute, and for our arrival, let's do that as well. There's direct. Wait, no, I should look over here. The LUNIP for Mike. What will be the runway? One niner left, LUNIP for Mike. So perfected, cruising altitude 360.
Scandinavian 2657 ready to taxi.
Scandinavian 2657, taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Tango Whiskey Romeo Bravo Echo 1.
Taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Tango Whiskey Romeo Bravo Echo 1 Scandinavian 2657.
This leg will be to Prestwick Airport. Where is Prestwick Airport? Is it like at the beginning of the transatlantic legs?
Scandinavian 69er X-ray ready to push.
Scandinavian 69er X-ray, cleared for push and start.
Pushback approved.
Okay.
Scandinavian 69er X-ray.
Oh, it will be to Prestwick. Sorry. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, okay. Well, I didn't know that Prestwick was in Scotland still, but all right. 3733. This is a bit annoying. You have to click this away and then you go performance. Seven, three, the rest of the numbers I'm like sure that's fine. I'll take it. So set payload in simulator. And set all. Flaps 8, runway will be dry. V1 130, rotate 131, V2 142. I guess that should do it. So 3733, there's in here. Copy to FMS. There you go. Oops. Climb speed 290 knots. Position altitude was 7,000.
Scandinavian 69er X-ray, taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Sierra Romeo Bravo Echo 1.
Execute.
Taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Sierra Romeo Bravo Echo 1, Scandinavian 69er X-ray.
Scandinavian 757 request pushback.
Scandinavian 757, push approved.
Pushback and start approved, Scandinavian 757.
Ground, Turkish 5 November uniform, taxi to the ramp.
Turkish 5 November uniform, taxi to parking via Bravo 4, Bravo Charlie, hold short of runway 12.
Bravo 4, Bravo Charlie, hold short of runway 12, Turkish 5 November uniform.
Alright, the initial climb was 7,000. Our squawk 5461. And to turn that on, we'll just go ATC 1. Because as norm, traffic will be on. Guessing that should be fine.
Scandinavian 2657, cross runway 12.
Crossing 12, Scandinavian 2657.
Copy the active, then we should find that in the secondary, in case we might need it and actually would seriously consider using that.
Scandinavian 69er X-ray, cross runway 12.
Flex page. Alright.
Cross runway 12, Scandinavian 69er X-ray.
Let's start the APU.
Scandinavian 757, taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Uniform Tango Whiskey Romeo Bravo Echo 1.
Taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Uniform Tango Whiskey Romeo Bravo Echo 1, Scandinavian 757.
Attention all aircraft, information echo is now current. QNH 1012. Turkish 5 November uniform, cross runway 12.
Cross runway 12, Turkish 5 November uniform.
At 11. Visibility 10 kilometers. View at 3600. Temperature 21, dew point 13. QNH 1012. Transition level 70. Advise on initial contact. You have information echo. Copenhagen Kastrup Airport. Information echo. 1620 Zulu. Arriving runway 22 left. Departing runway 22 right. Wind 300 at 11. Visibility 10 kilometers. View at 3600. Temperature 21, dew point 13. QNH 1012. Transition level
300 at 11.
Scandinavian 5-9er Juliet, request push and start clearance.
Scandinavian 5-9er Juliet, push approved.
Ground Scandinavian 1462, request push and start, please.
Pushback approved, Scandinavian 5-9er Juliet.
Scandinavian 1462, push and start approved. Face north.
Face north, Scandinavian 1462, thank you. Let's turn off the AC. So let's start the engines. Let's go.
Scandinavian 5-9er Juliet, ready to taxi.
Scandinavian 5-9er Juliet, taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Juliet Kilo Zulu Alpha, hold short of runway 12.
We'll just hold it here.
Taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Juliet Kilo Zulu Alpha, hold short of runway 12, Scandinavian 5-9er Juliet.
Oscar Yankee Oscar Whiskey Mike, cross runway 12.
Engine number 1.
Oscar Yankee Oscar Whiskey Mike.
Now we'll have to be careful with the thrust levers. So first thing I'll do is have a little test before we turn off the APU. Let's actually get some fuel in there. That's still running engine. Test here. Everything remains running, that's good. Okay, cool. Alright, so then yaw damper mag trim and stabilizer trim. I'm not sure about our trim setting. Let's go a little bit more than usual. And then for the taxi, I figured probably we'll be getting what are called Tango. So Tango Whiskey. What did I think this again? Bravo, yeah. So Tango Whiskey Romeo Bravo, hold short. This is runway 30. Then continue Bravo and Echo 1. Something like that. So what I would expect at least, but you never know. Ground, good evening, Scandinavian 1462, request taxi please.
Scandinavian 1462, taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Tango Whiskey Romeo Bravo Echo 1.
Holding point 22 right via Tango Whiskey or Romeo Bravo Echo 1, Scandinavian 1462.
Pushback and start approved. Ryanair 53 Juliet Hotel.
Aircreek 5704, request push and start.
Aircreek 5704, push and start at your discretion.
Pushback and start approved. Aircreek 5704.
Alright, let's do this.
Scandinavian 590 Juliet cross runway 12.
Crossing 12, Scandinavian 590 Juliet.
Turning off the APU. Parking brakes released.
Oscar Yankee Oscar Whiskey Mike cross runway 12.
Crossing 12, Oscar Yankee Oscar Whiskey Mike. We got Mike with us
Ryanair
today.
53 Juliet Hotel, taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Whiskey Romeo Bravo Echo 1.
Taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Whiskey Romeo Bravo Echo 1 Ryanair 53 Juliet Hotel.
Aircreek 5704, ready to taxi.
South of Tango, we'll take a left
Aircreek
turn.
5704, taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Juliet Kilo Zulu Alpha, hold short of runway 12.
Taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Juliet Kilo Zulu Alpha, hold short of runway 12, Aircreek 5704.
Scandinavian 590 Juliet contact tower on 121.83.
Going to tower, Scandinavian 590 Juliet, thanks.
I noticed that the flight deck is relatively quiet compared to the Airbus A320 or the Boeing 737. Might be because these engines are all the way in the back, I don't know.
Oscar Yankee Oscar Whiskey Mike contact tower on 121.83.
That's a little close for conference here.
Ground Red Nose 3 Golf Charlie, taxi to parking.
Red Nose 3 Golf Charlie, taxi to parking via Bravo 4, Bravo Charlie Delta, hold short of runway 12.
Bravo 4, Bravo Charlie Delta, hold short of runway 12, Red Nose 3 Golf Charlie.
Red Nose 32900, request push and start clearance.
Red Nose 32900, pushback approved.
Pushback and start approved, Red Nose 32900.
And then left onto Romeo.
Ryanair 53 Juliet Hotel, cross runway 12.
Cross runway 12, Ryanair 53 Juliet Hotel.
Red Nose 3290, taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Romeo Bravo Echo 1.
Taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Romeo Bravo Echo 1, Red Nose 3290.
Cross runway 12, Air Creek 5704. Lufthansa 3 Hotel Tango, request push and start.
Lufthansa 3 Hotel Tango, push and start at your discretion.
Pushback and start approved, Lufthansa 3 Hotel Tango.
Pierre, I'm handing over the radios to you, man. You do the radios, thank you.
level de radios from here. Let me know if you need anything else.
Aircrete 5704, contact tower on 121.83.
Going to tower, Aircrete 5704, thanks.
Red nose 3290, cross runway 12. Scandinavian 1462, contact tower on 119.355.
Contacting tower on 119.355. Scandinavian 1462.
Flaps 8.
Kastrup Tower, Scandinavian 1462. Good evening, holding short 22 right, ready for departure.
Scandinavian 1462, Kastrup Tower, runway 22 right, hold short, you're number 2 behind the 320 Neo.
Let's turn on our beacon there.
Scandinavian 1462, runway 22 right, line up and wait.
Runway 22 right, line up and wait. Scandinavian 1462.
Scandinavian 1462, runway 22 right, winds 300 at 11, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff. Scandinavian 1462.
Let's start the final.
Aircrete 5704, contact departure.
Over to departure, Aircrete 5704.
It's windy on the runway, man. Positive right, gear up. 5 tracks on 0.
Scandinavian 1462, contact Copenhagen departure on 120.255.
On 120.255. Scandinavian 1462. Copenhagen departure, Scandinavian 1462. Good evening, climbing through 500 on VEDAR to Charlie.
Scandinavian 1462, Copenhagen departure identified. Climb flight level 080.
080.
Climb flight level 080, Scandinavian 1462.
Flaps up. Yeah, so that's what I meant earlier. So for some reason, maybe because it's reaching the climb altitude.
Scandinavian 1462, climb flight level 160.
Climbing flight level 160, Scandinavian 1462.
I have to maintain 290 knots here for climb. I believe this should actually be in the empty tent. Oh, yeah, this plane is still wrecking my brain like that. I know
Departure red nose 3290 2000 for 4000.
Red nose 3290, Copenhagen
4,000
control, radar
feet.
contact. Climb and maintain flight level 110.
Climbing flight level 110, red nose 3290.
The AP is on. Climbing to 16,000. Climb thrust 290 knots. That seems okay. 10,000 feet. Turn off the landing lights. And I guess we can release some passengers too. Right, so we're almost at 16,000. So what's that going to do? We are, there you go, alt cap, and then the speed goes off, and then the plane just going to follow the, whatever is the N1 there.
Scandinavian 1462, climb flight level 240.
Climbing flight level 240, Scandinavian 1462.
So start first 240. Then we engage speed mode, and we say 290. I guess that seems maybe the sort of
Departure Airline 459 at 2000 for 4000.
Airline 459er, Copenhagen control, radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 100.
Up to flight level 100, Airline 459er.
Please, AI, that's so funny. Maintain flight level 100. Like every cliche and every old movie about the future of with robots, where the robots are typically like, "Hi, I am talking to you like this. I am very smart, but act like a fucking moron." And they're here, man. Not to totally diss it, really. I mean, they can do really cool things, you know. And lately they've been having some accents. Actually, I noticed I did a test flight.
Scandinavian 1462.
From,
Good evening.
Actually in France.
Flight level 170 for flight level 240 on VEDAR 2 Charlie.
And I had a very hard time understanding the controllers because they all had this heavy French accent all the time.
Scandinavian 1462, Sweden control, identified. Good evening, climb flight level 320.
320. That's for 320 then. We're still in
Finnair
climb.
2 Kilo Echo with you, flight level 340.
Finnair 2 Kilo Echo, speed Mach decimal 80.
Slowing to Mach decimal 80, Finnair 2 Kilo Echo.
So this whole series, these CRJ by Aerosoft, so there's the CRJ 550, CRJ 700, 900 and 1000, then the 900 variant. And I believe this has the most livery. At least like stock liveries, you know.
Aircrew 5704 out of flight level 180 for flight level 200.
Aircrew 5704, roger.
Where's our performance stage? Click the birth button for that, shall we? Birth VNet. I guess I needed VNet. Yeah, so climb target speed 290, 4.74 Mach.
Scandinavian 2872, climb to flight level 200.
Climbing to flight level 200, Scandinavian 2872. Copenhagen Control, Scandinavian 2872. Wanted to let you know the ride's been smooth all the way.
Scandinavian 2872, thank you. We'll pass that along.
Why the hell does it look like we have speed brakes out?
Scandinavian 1462, contact Copenhagen Control on 136.485.
Where the hell are our speed brakes out?
Control on 136
I think this
decimal
is the second
485.
time this has happened.
Scandinavian 1462.
Actually didn't arm the thrust reversers before takeoff.
Copenhagen Control.
But
Scandinavian
that's,
1462. Good evening. Climbing to flight level 210 for flight level 320 on VEDAR 2 Charlie.
Something triggers that the speed brake gets extended every now and then, I guess.
Scandinavian 1462, Copenhagen Control identified. Good evening, climb flight level 360.
360. And we remain in climb, that's cool.
Climbing flight level 360, Scandinavian 1462.
I mean, we were still doing the speed that we needed. But actually I was just going through a little window, just, you know, have a little look out of the window. And then all of a sudden noticed speed brakes out. Thinking, what the hell, man? Might be something to do with the hardware setup that I'm using, that something somewhere sometimes triggers something. I really don't know. But I would know if I would like either put my mouse here and just start operating this lever, or if I would hit the keyboard numeric keypad /, you cannot miss. But I don't know, sometimes I may lose some track and I get like a cognitive overload, so maybe I do actually remember, probably it's myself. I think I'm blaming everything around me, but it's that's probably myself. Thinking out loud, but I remember that during, at some point during our climb, we got overspeed and I hit the speed brake, so maybe I didn't check when I thought I...
China Southern 303 with you, flight level 350.
Yeah, so I'll just take the blame there.
China Southern 303 identified.
Don't worry people, you are in good hands with me. Your pilot is in control. And as I always say, we will definitely touch down. We just hope it's going to be
Aircreed 5704, climb to flight level 240.
Leaving flight level 230 for flight level 240, Aircreed 5704.
So the sun and the moon are still nice and close together in the sky. I'm loving it. Oh yeah, it's every month. Obviously, new moon. Just that this month we had actually a solar eclipse.
Ryanair 53 Juliet Hotel, descend to flight level 210, pilot's discretion.
Flight level 210, Ryanair 53 Juliet Hotel.
Scandinavian 1462, contact Sweden control on 124.155.
Contacting Sweden control on 124.155.
So top of
Scandinavian 1462.
Top of descent 15 minutes. Let's go to our charts. So for
Sweden
now,
control. Scandinavian
1901.
1462. Good evening. Flight level 270 for flight level 360.
And I chose the Yankee, but usually it's not really helpful.
Scandinavian 1462, Sweden control identified. Contact. Ryanair 53 Juliet Hotel. Contact Bremen Radar Center on 125.3. Good evening.
Localizer is Golf Mike Echo 110.5.
125.3 Ryanair 53 Juliet Hotel.
So Golf Mike Echo on both sides. Final approach course will be 192. We will not see this change. What we can do is think our heading bus. B41, no, excuse me. 46. And we quickly go, where was it in this plane now? Nav source, yeah. We cannot do it like this. Okay. Then let's go back to, we're now on roll. LNAV FMS1. Okay, so then we're just going to have to trust it, that will be fine. 192 degrees. the weather perhaps, that would be nice. 126130. F2. Sure, this side actually works. Fly on our side.
Delayed due to ongoing system checks. Advise on initial contact you have information India. Oslo Airport, information India. 1650 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 19er right, 19er left. Wind 170 at 6. Visibility 10 kilometers. Thunderstorm with rain. Few at 3000 cumulonimbus. Broken at 5000. Temperature 22. Dew point 15. QNH 1003. Transition level 90. IDIS update delayed due to ongoing system checks. Advise on initial contact you have information India.
The thunderstorms at
Oslo Airport, information India. 1650 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 19er right, 19er left. Wind 170 at 6. Visibility 10 kilometers. Thunderstorm with rain. Few at 3000 cumulonimbus. Broken at 5000. Temperature 22. Dew point 15. QNH 1003.
That's not too bad. Prepared version 5 being a pain. Almost spent an hour trying to get my beacon light on the constellation fixed, and I thought, oh dude. I've been using SPAD.next to try and get some controls working for the CRJ-900, and I've been using ChatGTP for that, sending screenshots of my SPAD.next, and it took us, or took me and the chat like 2.5 hours just to make sure that I could turn one knob and it would actually work. But it did work. Yeah, these things can be a total pain in the ass, man. I don't know a lot about prepared though. Yeah. Setting up these things sometimes can drive you crazy. So a few clouds at 3000, broken at 5000, thunderstorms with rain. Winds are okay, 170 at 6, so we have a runway 19er, so that's like a 20-degree angle. Should not be too bad. We're almost at our cruising altitude, and also 8 minutes from our top of descent. Continue setting up for the landing. Airport elevation 682 feet above sea level, and the glide slope will start at 3,500 feet. Never sure which category, which airplane is, so let's just go category 1. That would mean this is an altitude 200 radio altitude. That's set. Oh, cool. You can Congratulations, you got it working. Do you use any like hardware for the throttles then? Was that the thing? So I wonder what type of hardware you use. Like myself, I know I use the Logitech throttle quadrant. It has 3 separate thrust levers, but you can also put like one hand grip on it, and then it will sort of act like one, and just put all 3 of them forward. That's actually what was one of the issues with this aircraft, because when I then put it back, it basically considered one of those 2 other ones to be the mixture, or very likely at least. Oh wow, does he have the same as I do, only you have 2? Yeah, but with these planes that you use, I can imagine you have 2 of them next to each other, right? Right, let's be sharp here. We are at our cruising altitude. That means the plane now wants to go faster, so we now have to manage our speed. I suggest go to take low, 83, 82. Let's see what it does. So cool, man. Yeah, it really sucks when this stuff don't work. And to check our arrival, we have the LUNIP for Mike, LUNIP, DIRAX, then we got a bunch of Golf Mikes, 417, 426, effort below 120.
Scandinavian 1462, descend via LUNIP 4 Mike to 5000 into Oslo, QNH 1003.
God.
Descend via LUNIP 4 Mike to 5000 into Oslo, QNH 1003, Scandinavian 1462.
Maybe start from here, come a lot quicker. Alright, 5,000 set. Let's do speed. And see what happens if we go all the way to idle. Some point was planning on getting 9
climb flight level 360.
They got us all by axes for
Flight level 360, Finnair 2 Kilo Echo.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, I can imagine that must feel really nice. It's so nice, like, right, to have some hardware. Like, I started really modest with, I think throttle quadrant was my first. And then I figured, yeah, why not? So and then I purchased 3 more panels by Logitech. So the radio panel and the switch panel and I'm not sure what the other one is called, multi something. Flight switch panel, flight throttle, and multi panel. And then I got the wing Boeing mode control panel with the EVIS, and same for the Airbus. Oh, and I have the 2 the MCU for the Airbus and the FMC for the Boeing 737, and man, it is so cool. I really notice it works. It's and I can imagine with the types of plane that you're flying, that it would be really nice to have a bunch of divas there. It's going to sort of decrease your workload, if you will, and bring another level of excitement and joy, you know, to the whole experience. Right, so we are descending. Our rate 3,400 feet per minute. There we are, sort of plunging down. We start up sky dolly in the background. Oh, I can record. So local QNH was 1003. Now to 9,000. So we have the nav1 and nav2 frequency locked. So in other words, put it to manual, so it doesn't get overridden by anything that might be fed information from the FMS or something. Here it says descent 1800 feet per minute. Let's see if we go vertical speed. Just listen to that, see what that does for us. Then last lever is forward a little bit. Try to maintain 290 knots for the descent. So we don't end up very low, very early. There's a fly sitting on my TV screen, and it was sitting right at the nose of the airplane.
Lufthansa 8 Victor Yankee, flight level 160,
Get away,
climbing
fly.
flight level
Get
200.
Lufthansa 8 Victor Yankee, identified.
Right at 1800 feet per minute, we're around 290 knots. So far it seems very deliberate. Starting the APU. LUNIP DDAX, let's have another look here. LUNIP DDAX will take us north, 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 and then will take us to around about 319 degrees. 453, and then we'll go pretty much straight to the airport. And there's Titla, looking very neat. There's Titla, and then actually you carry on a little bit towards the west still. After Titla, you carry on a little bit towards the west, and then we'll get back to
climb flight level 240.
Leaving flight level 200 for flight level 240, Lufthansa 8 Victor Yankee.
I'm curious in faint tensions. Is that also like a co-pilot with a bit of a Scandinavian accent? That would be nice. got a whole bunch of the United States pilots. There was one from Australia, France, Switzerland, Canada. Germany, United Kingdom, France, Denmark. Oh, that one's coming soon. Oh, okay. Right, well. Just crashed. Oh. Just crashed when I tried to load it again. Shit, man. Maybe just do a total restart of your computer, man. And then try again. Sometimes it really might, that can really help sometimes.
Good evening. Flight level 170 descending via LUNIP for Mike.
Speed is picking up actually a little bit.
Expecting the ILS Yankee runway 19 left approaching to Oslo. Information India. Scandinavian 1462.
Cool, ILS Yankee runway 19 left. That's what we set up. ILS Yankee 19 left. Yeah, and don't forget to restart. Windows prefers to actually choose restart than to just shut down Windows and then start it up again. Because when you choose shutdown, it will still keep some things in its working memory, if you will. If you give the command to restart, it will actually clear out some of the cache, and that can really that can really help in certain cases, obviously. Yeah, I'll try to check your stream, man, tonight. Yeah, that's I never knew that either. Some guy in the IT department once told me. It seemed to make sense. Because I always thought, just turn it off, you know, and then it'll be happy, and then you turn it on. But apparently, then you just keep some memory in there, and that memory, if there's something in there that was causing the problem, that's still there. Then it's still present. So that's why I'm suggesting for your case, you know, you load into the SIM or you load into Gander, I think you said, right? And bang, you just crashed. So if there's anything in the software that's being a little bitch, then this might be one way to deal with it. Next week's day will be even longer. Yeah, it's about a 6-hour flight. Yeah, man, cool. I'll definitely come and try check it out. Flight 11,000 feet. Our speed is pretty much on target. 290. Just set the heading bug. It doesn't do anything, but it does help with situational awareness. With 10,000 feet, let's turn on landing lights, and should actually go to 250 knots now. Otherwise, we're overspeeding, and they're going to ditch that us. So, D-brake out. Let's not forget to retract it. Maybe start recording Sky Dolly right now. At least so I don't have to worry about it later. Doesn't look like these speed brakes were doing much, does it? No idle for a second. And let's go 1,000 feet per minute. That should
Scandinavian 1462, I need you below 250 knots.
There you go. too many times. I think so, it will crash the sim. We'll try to load it into very detailed airports. Yeah, detailed airports are, that's thin ice. Yeah, if it crashes, I can understand. It's just going to be a...
Scandinavian 1462, I've got a shortcut for you. Turn left, heading 350, descend 5,000. Vectors for the ILS Yankee runway 19er left approach.
Heading mode.
Left heading 350, descend 5,000. Vectors for the ILS Yankee runway 19er left approach. Scandinavian 1462.
I'm going to set speed 220. Since we are now, let's have a look. Not sure what they want us to do here. This is looking very, very tight. Okay, but then we can change our nav source localizer, but it's still red. We're now in heading mode. Speed 250 knots. Speed brakes have been retracted. Let's bottom our thrust reversers. Let's also turn on the taxi lights just so we don't have to do that later. Yeah, V2 version, vintage. Looking nice outside, the weather looks cool. Apparently there were thunderstorms in the area. Let's go 800 feet per minute. And the local QNH was what is yeah, you and me both, buddy. Well, I have flown some, but I definitely have some more aircraft to fly on the channel, a little bit more than I usually do. This one is now becoming part of it. Fortunately, due to my setup, I'm really happy with that. But yeah, I have some planes that are pretty much just sitting there. We're about to hold at 5,000, and we should definitely watch our speed. And the flaps was 230, we could go flaps 8. Yeah, I believe the Phoenix was a little bit demanding on your system, right? Phoenix is a really cool plane. It's very, very comfortable. Oh, here's the localizer being picked up. Final approach goes to 192. Let's quickly double check that. 192. Watch our speed. Now at 200. On flaps 8. And try to, let's go a bit faster here. It's really dropping now. Fine, remain around 220 knots, that should be okay for now.
Scandinavian 1462, quick advisory. They're shifting operational direction here shortly, but I'll be keeping you on runway 19er left.
Marry me. Let's see what they say. I mean, it's friendly. That's something. Negative request. Whatever. I just asked this controller to marry me, man. And he said negative request. I think it's a very positive request, isn't it? You ask somebody to marry you. Sure. So this is... Oh. Yeah, it's still taking us to Titlo, so that should be fine. I understand now. Now I understand, finally. Alright, cool. And let's go a little bit below 220. Set the heading back for 210, just to keep an eye on things. And pull back on the thrust levers a little bit. And we can go flaps 20. Below 220 knots there. There you go, flaps 20. That's also going to help with our speed, look at that. So let's compensate for that a little bit. Next would be flaps 30 below 185. That's 185 on the speed box. That fly is still sitting on my TV screen. I think it's come to land with us. There's this funny scene in Breaking Bad where Walter White gets totally obsessed over a fly in the lab. Right, let's stay focused. The speed is okay like this. We are at flaps 20. And the next stage would be below 185 knots because of flaps 30. Our final approach speed, just forgetting about that. Performance. VRF speed 131 knots. So plus 5 is 136. Let's go set this baby down. Why is my heading back at 131? Oh, it's because I set it. No, we're not doing it. We'll go back to 185. There you go. There's the glide slope of the diamond. Anything else we need to do before we prepare for the final approach? We turn on the strobe. Let's do that then at the end of the flight if we don't do it at the beginning.
Scandinavian 1462, turn left, heading 335.
Left heading 335. Scandinavian 1462.
Let's now go around 185 knots. If anyone really wants to know, the flight is now sitting there on my screen. Or here. Let's get rid of that discontinuity. Yeah, let's do it. Speed 190, flaps 30. Flight is now walking up to the wingtip, or then it finally took off. That speed is dropping here, definitely, and let's see. So 170, it's flaps full. Speed up first a little bit.
Scandinavian 1462, descend 4000.
Descend 4000.
Descending to 4000. Scandinavian 1462.
1000 feet per minute. Will also help with our speed a little bit. So we're really flirting there with the glide slope altitude. Yeah, so we had broken clouds 5,000, few clouds at 3,000. Not looking all that crazy. Cap.
Left heading 235. Scandinavian 1462.
Left heading 235. The range is now 15 nautical miles. That's full. Let's try not to drop our speed any further from here. If we can stay stable, that's good for me.
Scandinavian 1462, 4 miles from Sortita. Turn right heading 260. Descend 3,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS Yankee runway 19er left approach.
Right heading 260. Descend 3,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ELS Yankee runway 19er left approach. Scandinavian 1462.
Scandinavian 1462, contact Oslo Tower on 120.105.
Contacting Oslo Tower on 120.105. Scandinavian 1462. Gardermoen Tower. Scandinavian 1462. Good evening on the ELS runway 19er left approach.
Range 10 nautical miles.
Scandinavian 1462, Gardermoen Tower, roger, continue approach runway 19er left. Scandinavian 1462, runway 19er left, wind 070 at 6, cleared to land.
Runway 19er left, cleared to land. Scandinavian 1462.
Full landing clearance, we're 8 nautical miles. On the glide slope. There's our runway. Final approach speed 136. Actually 128. What's 5 is the 133 now. Miles, gear down. Radio altitude 1550. Feet.
Approaching runway 19 left.
Sync rate.
2 minimums. 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 100. Minimums. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
That wasn't too pretty. Welcome to Oslo. Reverse.
Scandinavian 1462, welcome to Oslo. Contact ground on 121.905.
Switching to ground on 121.905. Scandinavian 1462. Gardermoen ground. Scandinavian 1462. Good evening. Cleared off runway. Ready to taxi to the gate.
Sorry about your back.
Scandinavian 1462, Gardermoen ground. Taxi to West Apron Gate 13 via Bravo 2, Sierra Papa, Yankee Hotel Echo, Kilo 1. Good day.
My back.
West Apron Gate 13 via Bravo 2, Sierra, Papa, Yankee, Hotel, Echo, Kilo 1. Scandinavian 1462.
It was weird on the final approach. I noticed the flight director was basically telling us we need to go to the right, but I would see the runway actually to our left. It was really weird. At some point I decided, okay, I'm not going to trust that. I don't know if that's a wise decision, but it was my decision nonetheless. So I decided to not look at the vertical bar. I just decided to pretty much ignore it and just go totally visual. Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, I'm not too happy with it, but I'm curious to see what's going to look like from the outside. It might look really nice. Yes, well, sir, we may just upgrade you to a higher. We may just upgrade you to business class. What do you think about that? We have our company has also very good post-traumatic stress disorder services, so you can also talk to a mental health professional if you want. And obviously, also we have a very good physical therapist as well. And we will try to see if we can upgrade you to a much more comfortable seat that will hopefully save your back. And we'll also try to. The company's been trying to get the pilots not to consume alcohol during the cruise. So maybe that could at some point also contribute to a more comfortable experience for our passengers. So here we are. The plane did not crack in two, but I must say I turned off crash detection, although I don't think this would have been a crash. It wasn't that bad. It just wasn't very pretty. The crash detection is merely turned off because I'm using like the flight recording every flight, and it requires me to rewind the aircraft in real time in the sim, or not real time, but like in the sim, and it will just exert like an enormous amount of pressure onto the airplane, which would sometimes simply result in a crash, even if it's not actually crashing. That's my excuse for that. Usually, actually, I want it on because I don't want to pamper myself. I don't want to think that I did something well when I did something really stupid. But I've learned to live with it. I totally understand why I'm doing this. So I'm here now, totally sharing with you people my internal thought process regarding this. Like the perfectionist that I am, this sort of hurts, but yeah, otherwise I would find myself turning it off for every flight, then turn crash detection on for every flight, and then turn it off for every time after the flight. And I'm like, I just no longer going to bother. Just leave it at one thing. Well, that really 5:30. Holy shit, okay. Oh, cool. That's, yeah, that might be inspection of the airframe or the landing gear. Hopefully, okay, so let's just park in between these two positions. 5:30. I'm curious what the intention said. They differ sometimes a little bit. Obviously, they have their own ways of measuring things. There, we're not at 185, we're not at 184, we're just in the middle. There, we'll stop. Parking brake set. Yeah, once again, welcome to Oslo. Both pieces of you. Well, at least the airplane still wins the beauty contest, and I guess, and the landing maybe not so much. All right, very cool, man. I'm happy to have been flying this one again. I think the energy management on descent again was a lot easier than on the climb. Although during the climb, I think I sort of worked out the sequence, if you will. But it's a totally different way for me to get my head around. Not that it's like crazy, it's just different. And pretty much, I guess what you do is you set your altitude to which you are going to climb, and then you select speed mode. Pretty much this one here, actually speed mode. Let's not do that when I'm on the ground, but then you select speed mode, and then it captures the current speed to 100, and then you put that to your climbing speed, which is 290 knots. And that way, sort of like, you switch over and you quickly check your speed, stuff like that. So yeah, gradually learning more and more. Also like to fly the CRJ-900. Very small and short. Hey, that's an RIGMA. Air. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Vintage, thanks man, and good luck with setting up for your stream tonight. And I'll be checking in. Alright people, thank you very much for checking. Everybody stay cool, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye bye.